As someone who believes in pure love, I found myself transmigrated into a scumbag romance novel. In the story, the male lead toys with 5 female leads, causing each of them to meet a tragic end. Now, as the school bully in the novel, I carefully plotted each step to help the 5 female leads see the true nature of the scumbag male lead. Although I completed my mission, I never expected that all of them would end up falling in love with me. On the second day after entering the story, in order to stop the second female lead from falling for the male lead, I set things up in advance and used various props to scare Chu Yui, but I didn't expect to go overboard and ended up frightening her into fainting. To make matters worse, the commotion just now alerted the school's security office. Now, in the dead of night, a man and a woman are alone in an abandoned school building, and one of them has even passed out. If we get caught, what will the security guards think? I turned to look at Chu Yui lying on the ground, steeled myself, quickly walked over and picked her up, then pulled open the door of the school building and went outside. Without stopping, my figure quickly melted into the night. Focused on making my escape, I didn't notice that the earlobes of Chu Yui, who was in my arms, were already flushed, and now seemed to be turning even redder. Come to think of it, is this girl really not that bright? Didn't she realize that the door needed to be pulled open? I muttered under my breath. Silly girl, all brawn and no brains. My sigh drifted softly through the air, but I didn't notice it at all. At this moment, Chu Yui, who was being carried, quietly covered her face, overwhelmed with shame and frustration. So that damn door actually needed to be pulled open? I never even thought of that. It's ruined. Everything's ruined. Chu Yui was on the verge of tears, just as I had thought. In order to keep up her persona, she had gone to all sorts of creepy places, so she really wouldn't have fainted from fright on the spot. She just felt utterly humiliated. In this situation, Chu Yui didn't even consider how to face things. Pretending to be unconscious was the best option she could think of. Chu Yui secretly opened her eyes a sliver to observe the strange man in front of her who had scared her so badly. But as soon as she got a look, she immediately shut her eyes again.
This guy looks way too fierce. His sideswept bangs are so long they cover his eyes, and he even dyed them yellow. He looks just like a thug. You can tell at a glance he's not a good person. It's over. It's really over. Falling into the hands of someone like this, there's no way anything good will happen to me. Chu Yuing's little face instantly went from red to pale. Based on her deep understanding of certain people, girls as pretty as herself were exactly their type. Once they got their way, what awaited her would be a hell she'd never want to remember. Chu Yuing's face turned white in an instant, and she instinctively wanted to run, her eyes just barely opening.
She wanted to check out her surroundings, but realized that person seemed to have already reached their destination. When she got a clear look at the buildings around her, her heart completely sank. This person was really going to take her home to their apartment. Just as Chu Yuing couldn't take it anymore and decided to make a run for it, she suddenly heard a gentle voice, sounding very much like a girl's. You're back. Yes, good evening, bro. I was just about to open the door when I happened to run into Yushi Yue, who was about to go out. She saw the co-rental flyer I posted online, but mistakenly thought it was a house for rent. So, that's how it happened. By a twist of fate, he ended up becoming my roommate. The very first impression Yushi Yue gave me was that he was beautiful, but considering his not so long hair, and the male symbol on his chat profile, I had always thought of him as just a good-looking male roommate. At that moment, Yushi Yu was stunned for a second. She looked at the girl in my arms, then glanced at me again. I immediately felt my hair stand on end and instinctively took a step back, bringing a girl home in the middle of the night. And she even seemed to be asleep. This definitely looked like I picked someone up at a bar who'd had too much to drink.
Maybe Fang Yuan was even the one who got the other person drunk on purpose, just to bring her home to do something bad. I mean, someone who looks this fierce, how could they possibly be a good person? That friendly demeanor before was obviously all an act, right? It's a bit complicated to explain. This person is my classmate. She went through something I can't really explain and passed out. I noticed Yushi Yue's gaze, gave a wry smile, and shook my head. I managed to avoid the security guard